Bottom of the second inning here at Santa Ana College. It's a tie ball game. We're at zeros in the bottom of the second. We'll see the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Dons as Gracie Barrios offers at the first pitch and fouls it off to the left side. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Today is game 2 of this 3-game series. The Fullerton Hornets won game 1 by a score of 1-0. Dons are in their red uniforms, Fullerton in their black and grays. Second pitch of the at-bat misses inside. 1-1 the count to Gracie Barrios. One of 4 sophomores on the roster. Two balls and 1 strike. Pitcher in the mound for Fullerton College is Sam Vizcarra. She wears number 10. Delayed strike call for number 2 of the at-bat. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fullerton College comes in ranked as the 7th best team in the state of California. The 2-2 drifts outside. The count is full to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Again, we're scoreless in the bottom of the second. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Barrios puts this one foul to the right side and out of play. We'll do it again, full count. Vizcarra misses inside to Barrios, and it's a leadoff base runner for the Dons in the home half of the second. Just what you want there. Home plate umpire today is Ron Rowan. Over at first base, Loris Gilbert. That's the umpire crew for today's ball game. The Dons are 6-17 on the season, but they've picked up 4 of their 6 wins in the last 2 weeks, playing some of their best softball of the season. In steps Hen Urena. Runner on first. First pitch to Urena. She puts down a bunt left side. Hits the infielder at third base. And it's ruled foul by Rowan. Owen won the count after a foul ball. Urena pulls back the bunt attempt. Here's a throw to first. It sails into right field. A nice job by Alana Eisel to back up the play, and she gets it in quickly. Barrios stays at first. Bunt put down by Urena. It's popped up in the air, and Vizcarra snags it. So a missed opportunity by Hen Urena at the plate. There's 1 out in the inning. Barrios forced to stay at first. Again, in game 1, Fullerton came out on top 1-0, so it's going to be tough for the Dons to manufacture runs this afternoon. That'll bring up the first baseman, Eliza Mendiola. First pitch to the left-handed hitter. She offers and sends it foul, out of play. Next pitch of the at-bat, drifts outside. Count even at 1-1. Mendiola, a freshman from Valencia High School in the city of Placentia. Started all 24 games this year for the Dons. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two-strike count, and this one's in the dirt. Nice job by Kruger to keep it in play. Two balls and 2 strikes. Barrios, the runner at first. 1 out in the bottom of the second. Get you the defense for Fullerton College after this pitch from Vizcata. It's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Great take by Mendiola. In the outfield from left to right, J.J. Orsino, Dakota Hilvers, and Alana Eisel. Alex Valdez at third base, Charlie Danovich at short, Zoe Bautista at second, and at first it's Tuafa Pua. Faith Kruger is behind the dish. Vizcata looks to her first base dugout for the call. The pitch in the dirt, second walk of the inning. Vizcata in a bit of trouble. She was in some trouble in the bottom of the first inning, allowed 2 runners on. She gave up 2 hits in the bottom of the first inning. Now 2 walks in the bottom of the second. Time is called as we'll have a meeting in the circle. Vizcata on the season makes her 6th start of the year, 9 appearances total. She has an ERA of 2.41 through 40 2/3 of an inning entering today's contest. Batters are hitting .213 against her. The Dons are 6-17 on the year. Fullerton College 16-5. Fullerton College in second place in the Orange Empire Conference. The Dons near the bottom, hoping to avoid another last place finish. They're 2-6, a game up on Riverside City. They'll take on 2 more games against the Riverside City Tigers next week. An important at-bat here for Fullerton College and the Dons. The 9-hitter Valerie Villa steps in, but the batter on deck is Ihilani Berard. There's only 1 out in the inning. Villa has to find a way to move these runners into scoring position and avoid a double play. Gets the start in left field today. Villa pops up on the first bunt attempt off the net. Dons are very fortunate. No one was able to catch that one. Villa does have 2 sacrifice bunts on the season. Second pitch of the at-bat in there for strike 2, and now she's going to have to battle. Again, at this point, a strikeout is better than a ground ball, because that might mean 2. Berard awaits on deck. The 0-2 from Vizcata. Villa comes up empty, and there's a strikeout. 2 outs in the inning. Not a productive out for the Dons. But back to the top of the order. Ihilani Berard steps in. Just named the 3C2A Player of the Week last week for her performance. Picked up 3 wins in the circle. Finished with 7 hits and 16 at-bats over the course of 4 different games. First pitch of this at-bat. Below the knees for ball 1. Berard, a fantastic freshman from Santiago High School. He's done a bit of everything, the team leading hitter, a lot of different categories. Can she come through for the Dons here in the bottom of the second and put them on top early? She takes strike 1. Favorable call for Vizcata and the Hornets. Berard leads the team with 14 RBIs on the season, hitting .456, 9 doubles. Leads the team with 3 home runs as well. 1-1 off speed, floats in there for strike 2. And Vizcata is 1 strike away from getting out another jam. Vizcata steps back onto the rubber. 1-2 is in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher. Kruger, Barrios to third. And 2 runners are in scoring position after the wild pitch. Count even at 2-2. Big spot for the Dons and the Hornets early on in this contest. The Dons are hoping to knock off and pull another upset of a top team in the state of California and in the Orange Empire Conference. They beat OCC 2 weeks ago. Here's the 2-2. Berard puts this on the ground for the shortstop. Danovich, clean throw over to first. And so no runs come across for the Dons in the bottom of the second. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Apologies for the late start. Game time moved from 3 p.m. to 2 p.m., but we're here nonetheless. Top of the third when we come back, and we have a lot of information to tell you about the Dons defense after this. Top of the third inning here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. We have a scoreless ball game between the two teams. 9-1 two-hitters due up for Fullerton College. Get to the defense for Santa Ana College in this inning after the first pitch from Ihilani Berard. On the ground for Kalani Gonzalez. An accurate throw to first, and that's how the first out is recorded in the top of the third. In the outfield from left to right, Valerie Villa, Ariana Ponce, and Hen Urena. Kalani Gonzalez at third, Gracie Barrios at short. Delaney Watkins gets her first start at second base, while Eliza Mendiola plays first, and Nayeli De Jesus behind home plate. First pitch strike on the edge by Ihilani Berard, gets ahead of the leadoff hitter, Juliana Arcino. Berard makes her 18th start of the season. Most by any Dons pitcher this season. Into the air, shallow right field. Watkins calls everybody off and hangs on for the second out. 2 up, 2 down. Santa Ana hoping for a 1-2-3 top of the third inning. And the Dons have a lot of momentum. The last 2 weeks, they've been playing some of their best of the season. They upset Orange Coast College 2 Tuesdays ago, and since then they've picked up 4 of their 6 wins in the last 2 weeks of the season. First pitch to Alex Valdez, misses down and away. Down and in for ball 2. Both teams have 2 hits thus far. Nobody has been able to push across a run. Valdez steps back in. North of the zone, first strike for ball 3. Valdez hitting .267 on the season. Makes her 17th start of the year. Take strike 1 of the at-bat. Still a favorable hitter's count. Batter that awaits on deck is Lisa Villanueva. Up the middle, a chance for Watkins at second. She stays with it and flings it to first in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Ihilani Berard and the Dons defense in the top of the third. When we come back, We'll have the 2, 3, 4 hitters after this commercial break.
People always ask us, what's a Don? And our response is easy. To us, a Don is someone who embraces the grind. A Don is a person that brings passion. Someone who takes advantage of all their opportunities. A leader, a dreamer, a winner. The question we have for you is, are you ready to be a Don?
Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel, Delaney Watkins to lead things off for the Dons in the home half of the 3rd inning. Viscata's up to 50 pitches. Watkins puts down a bunt attempt. Third base side, Valdez. Clean throw to the second baseman. Batista covering. And that's how we begin the bottom of the 3rd. In steps the catcher, Nayeli De Jesus. Picked up 1 of 3 hits in Tuesday's contest. Again, in game 1 of the series, Santa Ana College lost 1-0 against the number 7 team state in the state of California. Viscata drops in a strike on the first pitch. Upstairs for ball 1. Count even to the Dons catcher. Just like Berard, De Jesus, also from Santiago High School. Both of their star players from Santiago, home of the Cavaliers. Both standout freshmen. A third on deck in Nevaeh Gomez. This one's hit on the ground through the 5-6 hole, and the Dons have a base runner. In the bottom of the 3rd, that's 3 straight innings that they've had base runners on. The bottom of the 2nd, they had runners on 2nd and 3rd and were unable to cash in with 2 outs. A chance for Nevaeh Gomez to hit with the runner on base. First pitch from Viscata to Gomez is downstairs for ball 1. Gomez, another freshman on the roster from La Quinta High School, so in the same league that Santiago plays in the Garden Grove League. 1-0 count to the designated player. Gomez comes up empty on the swing. Gomez is second on the team in a lot of offensive categories, hitting .364, second best on the roster. Takes ball 2. She has 8 doubles and 1 home run on the season, 10 RBIs. De Jesus at first. Gomez fouls one off, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2. Gomez takes a hack and can't connect. Another strikeout for Vizcata, her third of the afternoon. With 2 outs, that'll bring up the third baseman, Kalani Gonzalez. Gonzalez steps in, third baseman, one of 4 sophomores on the roster. Takes down and away for ball 1. Gonzalez hitting 192 on the season, her 18th start of the year. Does have 5 RBIs. Up and away for ball 2. It was 2 weeks ago against Orange Coast College when Gonzalez hit a triple that scored 2 runs on the way to a Dons 4-2 victory over OCC, a team that finished tied for first in the OEC standings last year and our problem at the top of the South Conference rankings. Count moves to 3-0. Good discipline by Gonzalez in the batter's box. Vizcata in danger of walking another batter. She put on 2 via the base on balls in the second inning. De Jesus at first base, the 3-0. Spins one home for the first strike of the at-bat. Gonzalez got a lot of playing time as a freshman, but most of it in the circle. She pitched 112 innings last season. Gonzalez slaps one foul, and the count runs full. She only had 45 at-bats last season as a freshman, 9 hits. Finished with 3 RBIs and 1 double. Already 10 hits in this season. Getting more playing time on the defensive end. Full count. Here's a pitch from Vizcata. Gonzalez stays alive as she fouls it behind us. We'll do it again, full count. Gracie Barrios is the hitter on deck, another capable hitter, an experienced hitter in the Dons lineup. Hoping to get a chance to hit with runners on in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Payoff pitch inside for ball 4. 3rd walk of the afternoon. A chance for Gracie Barrios to cash in the first run. It was Gonzalez and Barrios who were both players of the game 2 Tuesdays ago against Orange Coast College. Told you Gonzalez hit the triple to score 2 runs, and Barrios herself had a 2 RBI double in the ball game to extend it to a 4-1 lead at the time. The Dons came out victorious 4-2 over OCC, team that's in first place in the OEC standings. Check that, tied for 2nd. First pitch to Barrios. Hits it in the air for Pua, first base side in foul territory. And that's how the inning comes to an end. So again, for 3 innings in a row, the Dons get 2 runners on, but they strand both of them. On our way to the top of the 4th, we're scoreless here at Santa Ana College. Thanks for tuning in to Dons Softball. We'll be back with the action after this. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. The Dons are 2-6 in conference play, while Fullerton College 5-2. FC is in 2nd place, tied for 2nd with Orange Coast College, a team that the Dons beat earlier this season. Hoping to do it again, upset a top team in the state of California. The Dons began conference play with a series sweep against Saddleback to drop them to 0-3, but they won the first game of the OCC series. And then last week on Tuesday, they defeated Riverside City College. That's how they have their second conference victory. Due up is a 3-4-5 hitters. Due up first is Lisa Villanueva, and she takes first pitch strike. It's the heart of the order for the Hornets, ranked 7th in the state of California. Big hack by Villanueva, but she comes up empty. Down in the count 0-2. Berard at 29 pitches on the outing. High and wide for ball one. Something to change. Berard pitched a gem in the first game of the series. Only gave up that 1 run in the bottom of the 5th. Fullerton College won 1-0. It was an earned run. Only gave up 3 hits in the contest. Didn't walk a batter. And Villanueva fouls off another. Villanueva on the season leads the team in batting average, .392 on the year. Leads the team with 17 RBIs. The 1-2. Tapper, third base side. Gonzalez touches it before it goes foul, and so Villanueva's aboard. So that'll bring up the first baseman, Tawafa Pua. Villanueva finds herself at first. Berard will have to pitch with another runner on. Hard chopper to Barrios at short. Can she turn 2 to Watkins for 1? Back to first, not in time. Dons do get the lead runner. So Pua switches places with Villanueva. We'll see if Fullerton College elects to use a pinch runner. Doesn't appear to. The top of the 4th inning, we're scoreless. 1 run might win this ball game, as it did in the first game of the series. In steps the catcher, Faith Kruger. Puts down a bunt in front of the catcher, Berard. Over to first in time. 2 outs, a runner on second base for Alana Eisel. Two outs in the inning. Pua doesn't have great speed at second. Ball into the outfield doesn't guarantee a run. First pitch to Eisel. She slaps it into left field in front of Villa. She gets to it quickly. Strong throw to home. And that deters a run from coming in. But there's 2 runners in scoring position after the double by Eisel. It's a single, and Eisel advances to second on the throw home by Villa. A strong throw. That'll bring up the center fielder, Dakota Hilvers. Big spot for Berard and the Dons defense. 2 outs. Ground ball gets them out of the inning. Jam shot over to Gonzalez at third base. Clean throw in time. And that's the 3rd out. 2 more runners stranded in scoring position by the Dons defense as we turn it over to the bottom of the 4th. Hanurena will lead things off. It's the bottom 3rd of the order, due up for the Dons after this break.
Starting your college journey is a big step. It requires discipline while you balance your work, life, and education. At Santa Ana College, you can choose a pathway that fits into your schedule and leads you toward your personal and educational goals. Earn an associate degree, university transfer, career training, or even a bachelor's degree in occupational studies. With classes available both in person and online. Gain the professionalism and confidence you need to further yourself and your career, and become a bigger part of your community. Wraparound services are available to fit your needs and provide all the necessary tools to achieve academic, personal, and career success. Start your journey at Santa Ana College, where it leads.
Back here at Santa Ana College at the softball complex as we have a scoreless ball game in the bottom of the fourth. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Dons. They continue to face Sam Vizcata in the circle. First pitch from Vizcata. Misses downstairs. Hanurena popped up her bunt attempt back to the circle on her last at-bat. Again, Fullerton College led by co-head coaches Crystal Aguirre and Marion Speedy Mendoza. The two have been co-head coaches since 2019. Next pitch of the at-bat, right there for strike one. This Fullerton College program, a very good one. They won the state championship in 2024. They finished second in the conference last year. Hoping for another top 2 finish in the Orange Empire Conference. Urena puts one on the ground for the shortstop, Danovich, and it right through the 6-hole as it gets into center field. An error by the shortstop, so both teams errors in the 4th inning. We'll see if it comes back to bite Fullerton. Santa Ana was able to work around their error on the defensive side. That'll bring up the first baseman, Mendiola. And this bottom third of the order, so important for the Dons if they can find a way to get on base, and then Berard can cash them in at the top. She's still 2 batters away. Mendiola squares around a bunt. On the ground for the right side, Vizcata over to first in time. She could have had a chance at second, but goes with the safe out. There's a runner in scoring position after the sacrifice bunt. That'll bring up Valerie Villa. So both teams also trade a sacrifice bunt in the 4th inning. Fullerton College ended the top of the 4th with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Couldn't cash them in. We'll see how the Dons fare in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Villa, the left fielder. Down and away for ball 1 of the at-bat. It's important to know that Villa, another sophomore on the roster, has struggled batting this season. 159 and 20 starts for the Dons this season. Only has 1 RBI. Take strike 1. Inner half. Nice job by Vizcata. Villa got a lot of opportunity to start at the beginning of the season at shortstop. Then when Barrios took over that position, she played a couple games in center. Gets her first start of the season in left field. Next pitch misses inside. Count moves to 2-1. Villa is a sophomore from Los Amigos High School, down the street in the city of Fountain Valley. The 2-1. Villa rips it to the third baseman, Valdez, as she snags it out of the air. What a play by the Fullerton defense. It doesn't advance the runner, but Ihilani Berard has a chance to hit with the runner in scoring position. Just what you wanted if you're the Dons. Urena reached on the error by the shortstop, Danovich. Berard's the team's leading hitter. First pitch from Vizcata. Berard smokes it deep center field. Hilvers to her right, has time to camp underneath it. Allowed out number 3 as she was a couple of feet from hitting one off the fence. We're still scoreless through 4. Top of the 5th, due up, Zoe Batista for Fullerton College. Another chance for the Fullerton College offense in the top of the 5th inning. They'll bring up their 8-9-1 hitters here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Glad you can join us wherever you may be joining us from. Fullerton College in their black uniforms, gray stripes on the shoulders, while Santa Ana College is in their home red uniforms, red pants. Zoe Batista to lead things off, followed by Charlie Danovich and Juliana Ursino. Those are the 3 batters due up. This Fullerton offense, while they're tied for 2nd in the conference, they're towards the bottom in batting average. They're hitting .292, which is 6th best in the entire conference. They do it with their pitching and strong defensive play. As a team, Fullerton College team ERA is at 2.64. They only scored 1 run and only needed 1 in the victory on Tuesday. First pitch, Batista bloops one into shallow center. Ponce can't get to it, and it's a leadoff base runner for Fullerton College. That's been a theme. Back and forth these teams go. Both have had runners in scoring position. That 2.64 ERA by Fullerton College, the best in the conference. So pitching is how they've won games. They only need 1 or 2 runs a lot of the times. They're still scoreless in the top of the 5th. Next pitch on the ground. Berard underhands it to first, and Danovich puts down a sacrifice bunt. Fullerton College with some small ball. We see that often from this team, a team that's dropped now 24 sacrifice bunts. Check that, 25 on the season. We'll see a pinch runner as well. So in steps Cameron Zodro. She goes to 2nd to pinch run for Batista. She was the pinch runner in Tuesday's game. Zodro scored the only run of the ballgame in Tuesday's contest. It was in the bottom of the 5th inning. She pinch ran for a teammate, just as she did here. We'll see if the Dons can keep her from coming around to score. 1 out. Back to the top of the order. First pitch to Ursino. Inner plate. Strike 1 of the at-bat. Ursino's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Above the letters. Count even at 1-1. Ursino chops one foul to the 3rd base side. And the count moves to 1-2. Ursino on the season hitting .361. Has 14 RBIs, 2nd most on the team. The 1-2. Slapped right to Watkins. She gloves it over to 2nd. Not in time. It's a close play. Would have been huge if the Dons could have churned 2. We'll see another substitution. Madison Beam. Madison Beam checks in to pinch hit for Alex Valdez. So Beam is going to pinch hit. Big spot, 2 outs. Runner still on 2nd. Beam on the season hitting .375. She's come in that pinch hitter role quite a few times this season. It's her 21st appearance on the year, so she's played in all but 1 game. 32 at-bats, 12 hits, .375 batting average, 8 RBIs. Puts it on the ground for Barrios at short. Throw to first in time. And the Dons work out of another jam here in the top of the 5th inning. Great defense and even better pitching by Berard in the circle. With this break in the action, we'll stay on. Thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. The upcoming schedule for the Dons will look like this. We're in Orange Empire Conference play, and Game 3 of the series will be tomorrow at Fullerton College. Game time at 2 p.m. Then on Saturday the 28th, we get the re-enters from the home plate umpire, Ron Rowan. But after Friday's contest against Fullerton College, that's Game 3 of the series. On Saturday, they're at East Los Angeles, first pitch at 12 noon. Next week, they'll have 2 games against Riverside City. Thursday at RCC, but then on Friday, April 3rd, back home. Both games, first pitch scheduled at 2 p.m. The following week, they have a 3-game series with Cypress. 2 games on Saturday, April 11th at El Camino College before taking on Santiago Canyon. And they'll finish off the season with a 3-game series against Golden West. And that's the upcoming schedule for the Santa Ana Dons. 2-3-4 hitters due up. Watkins, De Jesus, and Gomez. Watkins grounded out in her last at-bat. Puts it up the middle. A nice job by Watkins to hit them where they're not. The corner infielders crashed, and then the second baseman and shortstop were both flaring out to cover the bags. Batista shaded towards first base. Big hole up the middle, and Watkins is a leadoff base runner. Dons are out hitting the Fullerton Hornets. Both teams have 4, check that. Both teams have 4 hits. It's been a nice performance, and we told you earlier, the Dons have been a lot more competitive these last 2 weeks. Give credit to the coaching staff. First pitch to De Jesus. She takes strike 1. Watkins has really good speed over at first. Hasn't resulted in many stolen base attempts, but if the ball gets into the gap, she could easily be at third base. Count to the catcher. Takes outside for ball 1. De Jesus is hitting .338 on the season, tied for the team lead with 15 RBIs. Both her and Ihilani Berard, the 2 players from Santiago, up there at producing runs in the top of the order. (1-1). De Jesus smacks it into right field, but it's foul. Eisel was positioned down the line and had a chance, a couple steps away. Big spot for the Dons. Watkins at first. Nobody out in the home half of the 5th inning. Hoping to upset another team at the top of the Orange Empire Conference and at the top of the state rankings. They beat Orange Coast College 2 weeks ago. 4-2 was the final score for their first conference victory of the year. De Jesus takes strike 3. She goes down looking. An unproductive out. That runner stays at first base. A chance for Nevaeh Gomez, who was a strikeout victim in her last at-bat. 5 strikeouts for Vizcarra in the circle. Gomez has traditionally played in this designated player role, hitting for one of the fielders for the Dons. Bloops one into shallow center field. Going to be a tough play, but Batista on the run makes it look easy. We're seeing some great defense from both sides. Batista re-entered for a pinch runner in the bottom of the inning, along with third baseman Alex Valdez. 2 outs. That'll bring up Kalani Gonzalez. The runner stays at first. Very quickly, momentum back in favor of Fullerton College. On the edge for strike 1. Since the start of the ball game, both teams have done a nice job of getting runners on early in the inning. Both teams have had runners in scoring position. Puts it over to the shortstop, and it's caught on a line by Charlie Danovich. Not enough juice on that ball from Gonzalez, and that's 3 outs. So after the single Leadoff single by Delaney Watkins. The Dons are unable to cash in the first run of the ball game. We're still scoreless through 5 full. To the top of the 6th, Lisa Villanueva to lead things off after this.
People always ask us, what's a Don? And our response is easy. To us, a Don is someone who embraces the grind. A Don is a person that brings passion. Someone who takes advantage of all their opportunities. A leader, a dreamer, a winner. The question we have for you is, are you ready to be a Don?
Top of the 6th inning. We're scoreless here at the Santa Ana College Softball Complex. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Lisa Villanueva to lead things off, followed by Tawafa Pua, along by Faith Kruger. Ihilani Berard still in the circle. Very efficient thus far. Only 46 pitches used. The first pitch to Villanueva is upstairs. Of course, Fullerton College led by 2 co-head coaches. Marion Speedy Mendoza has been with the program since 2011, when she took over as head coach, and then in 2019, joined by Crystal Aguirre for the co-head coach position. The team won the state championship in 2024, finished second last year, and eliminated by Orange Coast College in the second round of the postseason. The 1-1 from Berard. Driven by Villanueva, deep off the fence. Ponce has to play this one. Here's the relay to second, and the ball gets away from Barrios. A huge break for Fullerton College. So there's a runner on second base. Villanueva doesn't run super well, but there's nobody out. Another jam that Ihilani Berard will have to pitch herself out of. She's been great thus far through 5. Pua puts down a sacrifice bunt. Gonzalez goes to third. No tag. Questionable decision by the Dons defense. Hoping to get the lead runner. Now 6th-year head coach Marissa Ross calls time. Pua reaches on a fielder's choice. Again, Fullerton defeated Santa Ana 1-0 in game 1 of the series at Fullerton College. It's game 2. 1 run could be the deciding factor in today's contest. Again, time called, a meeting at the circle between 6th-year head coach and her entire infield. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Supporting one of the Dons members, you can always subscribe to the YouTube channel and you'll get a notification. You get a notification every time we go live from the softball complex for a game this season. We'll stream all the home games this year. So it looks like we'll get a pinch hitter here with 2 on, nobody out in the top of the 6th inning. Best chance for Fullerton College to score this afternoon. Elise Campos checks in. Doesn't have it hit this season. Does have a walk and a strikeout. 0 for 5 at the plate. Her 11th appearance this season. Campos wears number 15. She's from Ontario Christian High School. Villanueva at third, Pua at first. No pinch runners for Fullerton College. Not yet, at least. First pitch from Berard. Into center field. Ponce to her left. Makes the catch on the run. That'll be deep enough for Villanueva to score. The ball gets away. DeJesus' throw to second, not in time. So Fullerton College celebrates in their first base dugout a sacrifice fly and RBI for the pinch hitter, Elise Campos. Way to come through. It's an error by the center field. Ponce on the throw that allows Pua to get to second. A runner still in scoring position for Alana Eisel. First pitch from Berard is a strike. Would be heartbreaking if the Dons lost back-to-back games 1-0. They've had their opportunities. Berard has certainly pitched well. Eisel pulls back the bunt attempt. Count even at 1-1. In the home half of the sixth inning, the Dons will send up Gracie Barrios, Hen Urena, and Eliza Mendiola. One. Berard puts it upstairs. The count moves to 2-1. Eisel hit a single and was stranded at second base to end the fourth inning. Fullerton left runners on second and third to end the inning. Eisel pulls back another bunt attempt, but this one is strike two. He's hitting .206 on the season. Does have 3 RBIs. The lefty steps back into the box. The 2-2. High and wide, and the count is full. Berard has kept a low pitch count at 55 in the outing. We're in the top of the sixth. Only 5 more outs for Fullerton College, but they lead 1-0. Right up the middle into center field. Ponce gets to it quickly, and Pua is held at third. It's the second hit of the inning. Runners at the corners again. Another chance for the center fielder, Dakota Hilvers. And not much options for Marissa Ross. Berard already her best pitcher. Just gotta hope that she can work out of the jam. Anela Quinones checks in as a pinch hitter for Dakota Hilvers. First pitch to the pinch hitter is a strike. Runner from first takes off for second. And now there's 2 runners in scoring position after the stolen base. No throw from DeJesus as they're willing to let that runner get to second. Poo at third. Quinones at the plate. Eisel at second. On the ground for Watkins at second. Flings it to first in time. Pua comes in to score. It's an RBI ground out for Quinones. There is 2 outs. Dons trail 2-0. There is a runner at third base. Inning continues for Zoe Batista. Single in her last at-bat. First pitch above the letters. Batista has a small strike zone. Back-to-back misses by Berard in the circle. She tries to find a way to keep the score as is, 2-0 in favor of Fullerton College. Three straight misses. Batter on deck as the shortstop Charlie Danovich. In the zone for strike one. back onto the rubber. 3-1 count. Isel at third base. The pitch to Batista. Chopper off the glove of Berard. Over to Barrios. The throw in time. Great job by Barrios to stay with it. That goes down as a 1-6-3 play for the third out. And it keeps the third run off the scoreboard. However, Fullerton strikes first in the top of the sixth. 2 runs come across, and they lead 2-0 here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Gracie Barrios to lead things off when we come back after this commercial break.
Life doesn't change overnight. It takes effort and dedication. It takes learning new skills and putting yourself and loved ones first. At Santa Ana College, you can complete a full-time accelerated online program in just 2 years. Choose a program that meets your needs and changes your educational dreams into a well-deserved reality. Building the life you want means taking a first step. Start your journey at Santa Ana College, where it leads.
Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Bottom of the 6th inning, Gracie Barrios to lead things off, followed by Hen Urena and Eliza Mendiola, barring any substitutions. The Dons are chasing 2. They're led by 6th-year head coach Marissa Ross. She led this team to a state title run in 2022 where they came up short. But they were in the Final Four. It's been a 3-year playoff drought for the Dons since. It's a very tough and competitive conference in the Orange Empire Conference. There's always teams like Fullerton, Orange Coast College, and Cypress at the top. Dons have some momentum. 4 wins in their last 2 weeks. And Barrios hit on the very first pitch by Vizcarra. So there's a leadoff runner on. Barrios makes her way to first very slowly. Tender as she continues to walk it off in foul territory on the first base side. Good speed on the base path. So the trainer come out and check on Barrios. She was hit on the very front of her foot. She appears to be in some pain. Hanudena awaits on deck. Last week against Riverside City College, she came up with a 2 RBI double and helped Santa Ana to their 2nd conference victory of the season. They also won that game 4-2. Both conference victories, one against Orange Coast and one against Riverside City, were by final scores of 4-2. The Dons had 3 non-conference games last week as well and went 2-1 in those games. The Dons continue to stay hot. First pitch to Arena. Upstairs, extra zip on that one by Vizcarra. She's at 87 pitches in the outing. Barrios at first, nobody out. Fullerton put up 2 runs in the top of the 6th. How did the Dons respond? Urena takes strike 1 of the at-bat. Urena reached on an error, stranded at second base in her last at-bat. This one behind the hitter. Barrios goes for second. Throw not in time. A nice job by Kruger to play it off of bounce, but she was so far out of position and had to throw around the hitter. No tag by Danovich. 2-1 the count, a runner in scoring position after the wild pitch. Barrios runs well. Ball's hit into the gap, expect her to score easily. Urena lifts one into the air, shallow center. Hilvers comes in and makes the grab on the run. Went a long way for the first out of the inning. And that's the defense by Fullerton College, one of the best in the Orange Empire Conference. That'll bring up the first baseman, Mendiola. We'll see what the approach is with her at the plate. Asked to put down a sacrifice bunt and did so in her last at-bat. Take strike one on the edge. Mendiola has struggled at the plate this season, batting average below 200. Comes up in a big spot here. This one into the air, shallow left field towards foul territory. Danovich hauls it in on the run and prevents Barrios from tagging. The Fullerton College supporters make some noise as they have 2 outs. Still a runner on second. And here's an important batter, Villa. Can she extend the inning and allow Ihilani Berard to hit with runner in scoring position? Big spot for Villa. She's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. First pitch, puts it on the ground for Batista. She muffs it, but stays with it. Great concentration by Batista at second. Could have been a disaster for Fullerton. Instead, it's the third and final out. So after the leadoff base runner, the Dons unable to cash in. They're down to their final 3 outs. As we head to the top of the 7th, Ihilani Berard returns to the circle and hopes to keep the score as is, as she'll face the 9-1 two-hitters due up for Fullerton.
People always ask us, what's a Don? And our response is easy. To us, a Don is someone who embraces the grind. A Don is a person that brings passion, someone who takes advantage of all their opportunities. A leader, a dreamer, a winner. The question we have for you is, are you ready to be a Don?
Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in to Don Softball. Dons have 6 wins on the season. 4 of them have come in the last 2 weeks. They're playing their best ball of the season, and they find themselves in a 2-0 nail-biter with Fullerton College here on their home field. Wind blows in from center field, blows in from left center. Temperature at 80 degrees. 9-1 two-hitters due up. There's Charlie Danovich to lead things off. Fullerton College got 2 runs in the top of the 6th inning. Danovich offers at the first pitch and sends it to center, right to Ponce. Only came in 1 step to make the grab. An important top of the inning for the Dons. They hope to keep the score as is, and they'll bring up their top of the order. So the best hitters in the lineup for Santa Ana due up. Ihilani Berard, Delaney Watkins, Nayeli De Jesus, and if they get a runner on, Nevaeh Gomez as theirs chasing 2. Pinch hitter due up for Fullerton College. Lily Rice makes her way to the plate. Fullerton College has certainly flexed their depth this afternoon. It's their 4th pinch hitter of the ball game. We also saw a pinch runner as well. So 5 players used off the bench by Fullerton College this afternoon. They have a 2-0 lead. First pitch from Berard. Down and in. Lily Rice on the season also still looking for her first hit. She makes her 6th appearance, 0 for 4 at the plate. Does have 2 RBIs. Upstairs for ball 2. 1 out in the inning. It's been another dominant performance by Berard. Only allowed 1 earned run. 2 runs have come across. No strikeouts, but no walks either. High chopper for Watkins. And it's over to first in time for the 2nd out. Berard's only given up 6 hits. Back to Alex Valdez. First pitch to Valdez. The third baseman takes strike 1 of the at-bat. She was pinch hit for by Madison Beam. Beam grounded out to the shortstop. Valdez's last at-bat came in the 3rd inning, and she grounded out to Watkins at 2nd. Berard's faced a lot of batters. Skies it into the air. Left field, Villa races in and corrals it on the run. Nice concentration by the Dons left fielder. A 1-2-3 inning. Easy work for Berard, but the Dons are still chasing 2. Top of the order when we come back, and we'll see how the Dons fare in the bottom of the 7th as they're down to their final 3 outs of the contest. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. The Dons have a chance to tie things up in the bottom of the 7th. They're down to their final 3 outs. Thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. My name is Noah Alvarez. It's another beautiful afternoon. Coming up for the Dons, they'll be on the road tomorrow as they take on Fullerton, and their next home game will be Friday, April 3rd as they host Riverside City. In the last 3 series of the year, they only host 1 game each of those series, so they'll host a game on Friday, April 3rd, Wednesday, April 8th, Thursday, April 16th, and Thursday, April 23rd. So only a handful more home games here at Santa Ana College this season for the softball team. That's what's coming up on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. In steps the leadoff hitter, Ihilani Berard. Dons are chasing 2. She needs to find a way to get on base. The best hitter for the Dons faces Vizcata for the 4th time this afternoon. And it's a first pitch off speed for the first strike of the at-bat. Vizcata gets the sign from her catcher. Berard's 0 for 3 on the day. Slaps it into right field in deep. A chance, and it's caught on the run by right fielder Eisel. A huge sigh of relief for Fullerton College supporters as they retire the best hitter in the Dons lineup. Berard made great contact, arguably the best of the day. But Eisel shaded towards right field line. There's 1 out. Watkins tries to find a way on. Both corner infielders, Pua and Valdez, in a few steps. First pitch down and away. The Dons stranded runners on on second and third in the 2nd inning. First and second in the 3rd, a runner on second in the 4th, a runner at first in the 5th, and a runner at second in the 6th. Every inning they've had 2 or more runners on. Every inning they've had at least 1 base runner. But in 4 of the 6 innings, they've had 2 or more base runners on. It's a 2-0 count for Watkins. She singled up the middle in her last at-bat. That's the first strike of the AB. Vizcata approaching the century mark. Next pitch will be number 99. Watkins got her first start at second base, and she was pretty sound defensively. Right back up the middle and caught by Vizcata in the circle. Very deflating for the Dons offense. 2 hard hit balls, 1 caught in right field, the other caught by the pitcher. Down to their final out. And in steps the catcher, Nayeli De Jesus. She struck out looking in her last at-bat. Dons need a 2-out rally here in the worst of ways. Bottom of the 7th. Fullerton College hopes to pick up their 6th conference victory of the season. Upstairs on the first pitch. Rips this into left field. It gets down off of the glove of Ursino, and the inning continues. Ursino laid out in left field. It hit off the heel of her glove, maybe mistimed the depth perception on the ball. We'll see how they rule that in the scorebook. But there's a runner on first, and the inning continues. Nevaeh Gomez represents the tying run. Does have a home run on the season, but just needs to find a way to get on and extend the inning. Kalani Gonzalez, the batter on deck. Off the plate. And Gomez ahead in the count. It's ruled a single for De Jesus. She's at first base, her 2nd single of the day. 3 hits in the series thus far. Dons lost the first game 1-0. In the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Vizcata has walked her fair share of batters, 3 in today's contest. She does have 5 strikeouts. All 5 have felt like they've come at big times for either the 2nd or 3rd out of the inning. The 2-0. 3 straight misses, and Nevaeh Gomez in the driver's seat. Maybe Fullerton College pitching around the designated player, a more favorable matchup statistically with Gonzalez on deck. First strike of the at-bat as Vizcata works from behind. De Jesus at first base, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Dons find themselves trailing by 2. Here's the 3-1. Gomez, high chopper right back to Vizcata as she nonchalantly throws it to first. And that's the 3rd and final out of the ball game. So Fullerton College advances to 17-5, while Santa Ana College drops to 6-18. Quick ball game as Sam Vizcata gets the win on the season, and for Ihelani Berard, it's her 11th loss in the circle. She pitched a gem today, only 2 runs allowed. One of those was earned. However, her team comes up short. Give credit to the Dons, though. They've been playing some of their best ball as of late. It just doesn't result in a victory here on this Thursday afternoon. Only 4 more home games remain on the season schedule. The next will be this upcoming Friday, April 3rd, as they take on Riverside City. First pitch at 2 p.m. For Salvador Leon and Cami Lewis, my name is Noah Alvarez, saying thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College YouTube channel. We'll tune in next time.